Good evening, hockey fans. Scott Fisher here at the Auditorium Complex, and we are joining the opening ceremonies of this 1989 Midwestern Junior B All-Star game. Ross McLean is joining me here in the broadcast booth, and we're going to have the official opening face-off, and the face-off will be done by Scotty Morris and Company, along with the Thrifty car rental representative. Ross?
Yeah, that's Dennis Murray, the president of Thrifty Car Rental, who are one of the major sponsors of tonight's hockey game. We're just about ready to get this game underway, Scott. It should be an exciting game with 40 of the best players in the Midwestern Junior B League taking part.
But first of all, we've got to stand for the playing of the national anthem. Well, the 1989 Midwestern Ontario Junior B All-Star game is not so far away, and Ross McLean up here in the broadcast booth. We're along the top aisle of the Auditorium Complex with many supporters around us. We've got close to a full house at this Auditorium Complex tonight. Ross, should be a pretty interesting game.
Oh, I think so, Scott. In fact, I think we've got an overflow house. I would say there's at least 1,000 people here, maybe 1,100. The proceeds from this game, Scott, go to the Frank Santa Rosa Scholarship Fund. You'll remember that Frank was a Kitchener boy who was killed last Christmas of 1987 in a tragic car accident. He played for Cambridge at the time, had played for Kitchener, well known in this area. And the proceeds from this game will go to a scholarship fund in his name.
And in the introductions of these clubs, there were some lineup adjustments for this game. Bob Soberg of the Cambridge Winterhawks will not dress, as will Darren Kellamore. He is out. Turning to the Blue Stars, scratch from your program is Peter Hentz. There is one addition to the lineup. Troy McGard from the Listowel Cyclones will take over for him. We will try to pick up the starting lines for you as they come to center ice for the opening face-off. Steve Wackham is the referee of this game. Bob Beatty and Mark Ripper are the linesmen.
You know, Scott, this game wouldn't have come about if it hadn't been for the work of the convener, Jack Miniker, who did a lot of legwork last year and this year in putting it together and getting sponsors to put some money in to make it all happen. And there have been many sponsors who have contributed to tonight's game: Thrifty Car Rental, Home Hardware, the Mutual Group, Quickie Coffee Printing, Santa Rosa Plastering, Stedelbauer Motors, Big Bill's Super Variety, and then about 20 other companies that we'll try to mention as we go through.
Greg Dravenia will start in goal for the white team Stars. Rob Bertrand for the Blue Stars. As the teams come to center ice for the opening face-off, the Blues will start Cam Stewart at center ice against Dean De Silva. This game is underway, and it goes to the corner, and the Blues will shoot it deep into the corner, and goaltender Dravenia fell to the goal to shoot it around the boards. Is kept in by the Blues. A battle for it in the corner. Coming up with it is Steve Schaefer. Schaefer trying to get it in front for Cam Stewart. That did not work on the first try. Around the boards it comes. It's brought up there now by Ryan Meredith. Goes around the goal, feeds it long to center ice to Dean De Silva. That failed to work on the first try. The White Stars bring it over the line. Bringing it over the line was Kevin McKay, and he shovels it to the corner. In after it there is Dean Derrick, and he shoots it around the boards. Didn't get it out on the first try. Now the Blues will start it out They get it long to center ice, and out it is Cam Stewart. He tried to bring it over the line, but the Blues are on a line change, and the Whites will set it up now. Here they come as we approach the 1-minute mark of the opening period.
Well, Jerry Harrigan chose to start his 5 Waterloo players were on the ice there at one time, Scott.
Yes, and we had a few contingents from the Elmira Sugar Kings on the other side.
Well, they're used to playing with each other through the year, you know, so it makes some sense to keep them together.
Got a lot of talent out here. We've got team, the White Stars, that consist of the Brantford Classics, the Cambridge Winterhawks, the Guelph Bees, the Kitchener Dutchmen, and the Waterloo Siskins. The Blue Stars consist of players from the Elmira Sugar Kings, the Liscaville Cyclones, Stratford Culletons, and the Owen Sound Grays.
Jerry Harrigan from the white team was telling me before the game started that some people were saying he was down 3 goals before the game started. There was one line on the blue team that had 170 points or something like that. So
that's quite a few points.
There are some sharpshooters out there for sure.
Anders Hansen across ice it goes. It's driven deep to the blue zone. Hustling after it in the corner is Deschamps. Deschamps didn't get it out on the first try. It's kept in at the line and then brought outside the line, and then it's tipped to the visitors' bench.
Looks like we're having a change of players all around. Players will see lots of ice tonight. I think last year the white team won. So the blue team will be out for revenge this year to see if they can even the score up.
And it's kind of nice to see Jerry Harrigan of the Waterloo Siskins and Dennis Flanagan of the Stratford Culletons meeting head-to-head in an all-star game.
Yes, they go right at each other during the season. So they've got 2 big games coming up in February that may well decide first place.
That's right. We're looking at the number 1 and 2 teams in the league, the 2 coaches that are on this game today. It's flipped into the Blue Star zone. Hustling after it in the corner is Jason Herdner. Along the boards it comes. It's pried loose. Then it's brought to the line, and the Blues will start it out now. Here they come into center. Too far for a breaking winger in center ice. And over the line goes Smolinski. Smolinski gets away from a check. Gets it now to Mullins. Mullins' shot was blocked and was brought over the line by the white team. The Whites trying to get it in front, but then it's gobbled up by the Blues. They shoot it down the ice. That could be icing as Schindler's back for it, and he gets the face-off.
Both teams are starting a little slow, Scott, getting used to each other. There hasn't been a real good scoring opportunity in the first 3 minutes of the hockey game.
No, we are scoreless here in the first period of play of the Auditorium Complex, the Kinsman Arena. Jeff Holzer will take this face-off to the left of goaltender Bertrand. Behind the net it goes. Now the Blues will bring it out. Long to center ice it goes. Up on the wing, too far for Mike Kapp, and then it rolls to the corner and after the Whites. They can't get it out on the first try. Now they'll slow it down and start it out. Here they come. Long to center it goes for Dale Surchuk, and that was an icing infraction, so they'll bring it all the way back to the White Star zone.
Well, we have on the white team, we have 2 defensemen that play in the same team. Number 2, Dave Stewart from Waterloo, and number 6, Bob Schulp from Waterloo. So they've played together all year, so they should know what each other's doing. Bob Schulp is a second-year player. Actually, he's a converted forward this year and has done quite well. He comes from Spanish, Ontario, which is up, yes, it's up near Elliott Lake. A very exciting hockey player.
There's a shot that's blocked to the defense. Loose puck in front, and covering up is goaltender Greg Davignon.
Boy, that was sort of a lazy puck going across the front of the goal. The goaltender didn't quite know what to do with it, it seemed. And the other player, number 2, Dave Stewart, was on the under-17 team, I believe. He's a very good player. Should be highly rated, I would think, in the OHL draft this year.
Yeah, he's a solid defenseman with the Waterloo Siskins.
Yes, for
you
sure.
know a little more about him than I do.
Yeah.
To the corner goes Bob Schell. Bangs it off the boards into center ice. It goes now for Woolridge. Woolridge could not break loose, and it goes back to the corner to Bob Schell. Schell up on the wing now to Woolridge. Woolridge gets it long to center ice. That's broken up by the Blues. They'll bring it over the line, but it's broken up by Woolridge. Woolridge trying to break around the defense. He does, but then it's gobbled up by Calhoun, who feeds long to center to Ian Brooks, who tried to feed a breaking winger, but it slides back into the blue zone. And back for it, there is Dean Derrigan now. Derrigan stops behind his own goal, then peels it long to center ice. Up on the wing, broken up by the Whites. And it's shoveled back into the blue zone by Greg Klim. Derrigan shoots it around the boards. could not get anywhere on the first try as he was checked. The Whites do keep it in at the line. Hansen is on it now. Hansen shovels it up to the corner. There's a shot in front. They score!
Nice goal. Beautiful three-way passing play. And Ryan Merritt, number 16 from the Waterloo Siskins, made no mistake. The play was made by the point man, number 4, Anders Nansen, I guess, from Cambridge.
4:05 the time of the goal. Ryan Merritt with the goal. And Anders Nansen will draw the assist on the goal.
See, it's coming up. He keeps it in. He makes the play. It's knocked down by DeSilton by 11. And it's in by Kevin McKay.
Kevin McKay gets the assist. Merritt from Nansen to McKay at 4:05. Play back on it still. It is 1-0 in favor of the White Stars. Now it's back in center ice. Cam Stewart is on it there. Stewart trying to get around a check. He does. Getting over the line. He's got help with him in front. The shot. And a great save there by goaltender Greg Dravenia.
Boy, somebody was asleep there. That winger was wide open and got an excellent shot away. And the goaltender had to be very sharp to make that save, or it was going to be a tie hockey game.
Cam Stewart broke in alone.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, that was an excellent play. I think the White defenseman lost his player there on the ice.
Scott Schindler is back for it now for the Whites. He'll slow it up. Schindler across ice it goes now for Beisenthal, who fires it deep into the Blue Star zone. On it this time now is Brian Henry. Henry could not get anywhere on the first try. It's kept in by the Whites. To the corner it goes. The Blues trying to bring it out of the zone after the loose puck. In the corner now is Deschamps. He could not get anywhere. Covering up though is Klim. Klim will bring it out now. He comes to the blue line into center ice. Tried to feed Hartnett. That failed to work on the first try. Then it's brought over the line and then flipped way out of play, way over top of the glass, and that'll bring about a stoppage.
Well, Flanagan's got some excellent hockey players in the ice right now. In Klim, number 8 from Stratford, and the other Stratford player that was out there was Hartnett, I guess, number 6. Both top quality players on the Stratford team.
Yeah, they're very offensive-minded, and they've done a lot of scoring for the Stratford club, that's for sure.
Oh, Greg Klim is just an excellent hockey player. I think he's being looked at for a scholarship down in the States. Somebody was telling me that the other day.
He might be very successful in it, too.
Yeah, he's a very nice player.
I might add. Here come the Blue Stars over the line now, closing in. Here's a shot. And goaltender Dravenia made it a save. Into the corner it goes, back to the blue line. There's his shot. That's blocked with the defense. The Blue Stars trying to keep it in. They do. Up to the corner it goes. There's a shot by Hartnett. It's off the late to the corner. And after the loose puck is Klim, but he could not keep it in, and then it's deflected out of play.
And the other Stratford player that was on the ice was Rick Mullins, number 20. Mullins, I believe, is the top point getter in the Midwestern Junior B League. So that probably is the line that had the 170 points that
no doubt
that Jerry Harrigan was referring to.
Klim, Hartnett, and Rick Mullins. Face-off to the right of goaltender Dravenia. On the face-off, it rolls to the corner, then it's popped loose. And helping it out was Dave Woolridge. It goes to the corner. In pursuit is Derrigan. He left it behind the goal. After the corner is Woolridge, but he could not get a handle on it. And coming up with it now, the Blues over the line, closing in, trying to get a shot away, and it's intercepted neatly. And it comes up on the wing to Woolridge now at center ice. He backhands it toward the line. Derrigan puts it across ice. It goes now for Devin Calhoun. Back to Derrigan. Derrigan gets it long to center ice. Up on the wing it goes for Gilbert. Gilbert dropping it in front of, then lifted to the corner. Loose puck in front. The Blues trying to get it in front. There's another shot. That's blocked. Again with it now in the corner, and coming up with it the White. On it this time as Ryan Merritt gets it long to center ice. While it's gobbled up there again by Devin Calhoun. Calhoun fires it to the zone. Dravenia out to clear it. After it is Nansen. That failed to work on the first try. It's loose in front of the White goal after the loose puck. And covering up, though, is Kevin McKay. McKay backhands it along the boards. The Whites will try to bring it out now. Here's a race for it. Ryan Merritt hustles after it. Merritt trying to beat a second defenseman, but a good defensive play. On that play was Andrew Patterson. It rolls back to center ice, and flipping it right on goal. Dravenia makes a save, and he'll throw it off to the corner. And all this time it's Beisenthal. Beisenthal leaves it for Schindler now. Along the boards it comes. The Whites could not get it out. There's a shot. And that they scored right from the crease area, and it's all tied at 1.
Yes, the goaltender made the first save, and it rebounded right out to the winger, who was Johnny on the spot, and popped it in. That came from a mistake by the white defenseman, giving the puck away in his own end.
Well, we're all tied at 1. That shot was on the stick side of goaltender Greg Derenia. And we'll have to pick up the announcement to find out who got the goal. A couple of players inside the zone. Kapanen and Betts. Kapanen gets the goal over the line. Here's Betts, a shot right on rebound. Is cleared away to the corner. Good shot by Betts. And coming to center ice and going over the line is Merritt. Merritt trying to break into the fence. He was ridden out of the play after the loose puck in the corner is Henry. Henry is jammed along the boards by Betts, and they'll get a face-off.
We're going to see a replay of that goal. There's the shot
by Kapanen.
It's pretty quick, but the goaltender did get a piece of it. But number 7, McHart, was right on the spot and popped it in.
Face-off coming up to the left of goaltender Ron Bertrand. To the left. On the face-off, a battle for Cam Stewart is after it now. Stewart shoots it along the boards now for Garnet Deschamps. Deschamps trying to bring it out of the zone. Here they come, long to the white zone, and hustling back after it now is Maltby. Maltby trying to rake around the defense. After the loose puck is McFarland. McFarland is jammed out of the play by Cam Stewart. A good hit on that play. It's still loose behind the blue goal. They're trying to tie it up for a face-off, but coming up with the Stewart. He peels it off on the wing and hustles right after Cam Stewart, trying to get around the defense. It comes right to goaltender Graveni.
Well, we've got Cam Stewart, number 18 on the blue team, and number 17, Steve Schaefer on the blue team, playing for Elmira on that rush, Scott. Cam Stewart is a real fine hockey player, and Steve Schaefer came out of the high school league. Played for Grand River last year and has just developed into a really fine hockey player for the Elmira Sugar Kings.
Yeah, that's a whole line right there. That's Garnet Deschamps with Schaefer and McFarland. So
yes,
quite a good line there indeed.
Well, it's obvious what the coaches are doing. They're trying to keep players who are on the same team playing with each other.
Actually, McFarland is with Cambridge, looking down the line here. So puck is brought over the line on the offside, and we are nearing the halfway mark of period number 1. This is the Midwestern Ontario Junior B-All-Star game from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium Complex. The Kinsman Arena face-off just outside the blue zone. On the face-off, it rolls back into the corner. Now the Blues will try to bring it out. Here they come to center ice. Klim over the line to Hardnett. Back to Klim. Klim takes the shot. Good save there by Dervenier after the loose puck in the corner. And jammed out along the boards, and coming up with it this time is Jerry Thorne. Thorne trying to get a break up on the wing. It kills for John Williams. That did not negotiate on the first try. It goes to the corner. And trying to bring it out the Blues, but they fail on the first try. It's in the corner. Williams centers it in front, but no one can get a stick on it. Except the Blues, and they'll feed long to center ice. Here's Hardnett getting over the line. Hardnett closing the backhand, and a good save by goaltender Dervenier.
What a beautiful play, Scott. That was a beautiful play. The defenseman, the right defenseman on the blue team, I missed his number, made an excellent pass, and you'll see it coming up here. There he is there from number 19, I think it is. See that play? Look at that. He broke him free.
Long for Hardnett, and there he broke in.
Number 5 on the white team just got back to bother him, to stop him from getting a real good shot.
I guess Dervenier, Ross, is kind of used to having Hardnett break in on goal on him.
That's right.
Along with Klim. Now to the corner it goes. It goes back for Beisenthal. He puts it across ice to Woolridge. Woolridge up on the wing. It goes, and coming up with it this time is Holster. Long to center ice it goes. But trying to break over the line was Kevin McKay, but he was too well covered, and it goes to the corner. Still a battle for it. Beisenthal is on it now. He shovels it up to the corner, then it's cleared to the open corner. And back there for it now will be Brian Henry. Henry puts it along the boards and gets it into center ice. Hustling after it, the white team. Woolridge is on it there. He finds the opening and clears it to the blue zone. Henry shoots it around the boards now for Rick Mullins. Mullins gets it long to center ice to Smolinski. That failed to work. The Whites are on it there. They backhand it to the center zone. And coming up with it again, the Blues. Ian Brooks put it right on the stick of a White player who then redirects it back to the Blue zone. Henry is after it there. It's loose in the corner. After it is Ryan Merritt. He gets it back to the blue line. There's a shot. It's over top of the goal, and that'll bring about a face-off.
The White team had 5 Waterloo Siskins on, or I guess they still do. There's no change there.
That reminds me that we will see the Waterloo Siskins and the Kitchener Dutchman next here on Rogers Cable TV coming up next week. Telecast right here from the Kinsman Arena.
And the blue team has 4 Stratford Coltons on.
Then it's popped into the corner. The Whites are on it there. Coming up with it this time is Hartman. He could not get anywhere on the first try. And after the loose puck, he comes back to the corner. It goes. The final battle for it, trying to come in front, was Scott Betts. That did not work on the first try. Now the Whites will slow it down and get it along the center. It goes 2 lines. Ryan Mayer just to shade over the center red line. There's the coach of the White Stars, Mr. Jerry Harrigan.
Jerry has had real good success in the coaching ranks of Junior B. I believe he has 3 Ontario Junior B championships in 5 or 6 years.
That's not bad. Face-off inside the White Star zone. On the face-off, it rolls back now to Jamie Wilson, and he shot it over the line on the offside. And that'll bring the face-off outside the line.
Well, there have been only a few good scoring chances. I think the blue team has had the best scoring chances. The White team has not really had a lot of scoring chances. They capitalized on the one real good one that they did get.
Kapanen scoring that goal at 7:46, and we're in a 1-1 tie. Into the corner it goes. Now here come the Whites right in front. There's a shot, and a good save there by goaltender Bertrand.
Number 12,
Kirk Maltby.
Maltby from Cambridge made a real nice play, and the goaltender, Jeff Hill, I guess it is, from Stratford, he made an excellent save.
One the score. 8:16 left in the opening period. Coming up is Calhoun. Calhoun puts it across ice. It goes now for Cam Stewart. That was a shade too far for Stewart. Manson is on it now. Manson for the Whites gets it into center ice. It goes hustling after it is Chris Varga. Varga could not reach it. Now the Blues will bring it over the line. Cam Stewart stops inside the line. Then he's given a jolt and up play by Varga. And coming up with it, though, this time is Neil McFarland. There's a long shot. That's offside. There's the White Stars bench here at the Kinsman Arena under Jerry Harrigan. Face-off will be outside the Blue Star zone. They've got the Elmira Sugar King lying out there. Cam Stewart, Garnet Deschamps,
Stephen Schaefer.
And Steve Schaefer. Dean Derrigan has it now. Derrigan puts it across ice. The Blue Stars trying to bring it out. Derrigan will take over there now. Derrigan being watched behind his own goal, gets it now to Calhoun. Calhoun will bring it out. He banned on the first attempt. The Whites do keep it in for the moment. Keeping it in there was Jerry Thorne, but didn't do any good anyway. And after the loose puck, and then it's deflected out of play as Deschamps and Beisenthal went after it.
One of the participants on the White team this year, Scott, is number 10, Brent Kretzky, the younger brother of Keith Kretzky.
And Keith Kretzky, the younger brother of Wade. That's right.
I understand Keith is now playing in Finland.
Yes, he should have a lot of fun out there.
Yes.
Back into the corner it goes now. Dave Stewart rounds the goal, being bothered there. Gonna bring up, though, the White Stars. Coming up with it this time now is Bob Shelp. He fires it to the blue zone. After the loose puck is Andrew Patterson. Patterson could not get it out on the first try. Then it's bumped after the loose puck in the corner. The White Stars are on it there. They put it in front, but no one can get a stick on it. And coming up now, the Blue Stars. They'll try to bring it out now. Here they come into center, but failing on the first try was somebody. Brian Henry is after it now. He could not negotiate it. Then it's redirected back into the blue zone. And back forward is Andrew Patterson. Patterson will start it out now. He rounds the goal, comes toward the blue line, trying to get away from the check. That was Kevin McKay doing the forward checking on that duty. And the White Stars will bring it out now. Here they come. Getting over the line and closing in is Varga to Silva. That failed to work. And after the loose puck is Mark Henderson, who fires it right back into the white zone. Trevenier out to clear it now for Ryan Merritt. Up on the wing it goes for McKay. Is too far. It's gobbled up by the Blues. They do not get it out on the first try. Then they get it long to center.
2-on-1.
And Smolinski is breaking. Smolinski shoots, and a good save there by goaltender Trevenier. To the other corner it goes. The Blues do keep it in for the moment, but covering up this time is Ryan Merritt. Merritt skates to the blue line into center ice. To the other corner it goes, and after this time is Jamie Wilson. He bumps along the boards. Smolinski gets it loose. To the corner it goes, and covering up this time is McCarr, excuse me, up on the wing to Smolinski, getting over the line, trying to dodge a check. He does. He shovels it to the corner, and after there is Rick Mullins. He could not put it in front. Covering up, though, in the corner is Jamie Hartnett. He could not keep it in. And after the loose puck and into center ice it goes, back into the blue zone. They'll retreat. 26, that's McCarr got it now. He's bodied along the boards. Smolinski takes his man along the boards and gets the puck. Drops it for McCarr. Up on the wing it goes. And the Blues will start it out now. Coming to center ice they come. Scott Gilbert stops inside the zone. Tries to put it in front. Back for Mullins it comes to the other side to Wilson. Wilson gets away from a check, and he could not get a shot away. The Blues do keep it in for the moment. And getting away from a check was 20. That was Rick Mullins. To the corner it goes. Schindler is on it now as we have 4.5 minutes left in the opening period. Coming up with it now is Chris Varga. He could not keep it in. Schindler is back for it. Across ice it goes now for Beisenthal. Into center ice. It's gobbled up by the Blues, but then it's broken up neatly. And coming up with it is Maltby, and a good save there by goaltender Bertrand. And after the loose puck and into center ice it goes. And on it is into center ice and then redirected all the way back to the blue zone. Derrigan is after it. Derrigan putting it across ice now to Calhoun. Calhoun will bank it off the boards. Into center ice it goes. The Blues will try to bring it out now. Here they come. And Derrigan took a whack at it along with his man. And coming up, the Blues again. They'll feed it long to center, and on it is Kapanen. Kapanen up on the wing to Scott Betts. That failed to work. And then it's driven back into the blue zone, and covering up for a face-off is Ron Bertrand.
Well, we've had a couple of scoring opportunities at both ends of the rink, Scott, in the last couple of minutes. Maltby, number 12 for Cambridge, had an excellent scoring opportunity on the goaltender, who had to be sharp to make the save.
Brent Gretzky on this face-on to the left of goaltender Bertrand against Mike Kapanen. And coming up with it, the Blues, they fail to get it out. It's kept in up by the Whites. It's loose in front. Gretzky is on and out. Gretzky trying to circle, getting it loose into the corner. They jam away at it. Gretzky behind the net again with it, trying to get it loose, and covering up, though, is Kapanen. And he'll start it out now. He comes to Scott Betts. Betts lost it in his skates. He hustles right after it, though. And on it is Ian Brooks. And he finds the opening and clears it to the zone, and the Whites are on it there quickly. On it is Bob Shelp. He's ridden out of the play neatly. To the corner it goes. The Whites will try to bring it up. They get it long to center ice. On it is Henry. Henry fires it back into the White zone as both teams make line changes. Now the White Stars will bring it out long through center ice it goes for Surchak. Surchak trying to get around the defense, trying to get on goal. It's covered up in the corner by Woolridge. Woolridge sends it back to the blue line. There's a shot. Good save by goaltender Bertrand, and after the loose puck. And coming up with it is Steve Schaefer. Schaefer tried to feed Deschamps, but that failed to work. And it's back in center ice. And covering up with it is Nancy, who fires it right on goal. And Bertrand makes the save. To the corner it goes. And trying to bring it out now, the Blues. Here they come into the center ice area. Woolridge is on it for the Whites. Woolridge trying to get away from Deschamps. They go along the boards. Covering up, though, at center ice and bringing it back is Jason Hertner. He put it right on the stick of a blue player. Here the Blues chasing the shot is wide of the target. It rolls to the corner. Covering up in the corner is Cam Stewart. He's belted by his man. To the corner it goes again. Schaefer is on it now, trying to get away from a check. There are 4 or 5 of them in there to tie it up, and they get the face-off. A minute 53 left in the first period.
There's been some good hard checks thrown in the last few minutes. Number 15 on the white team, Dale Sertic from Guelph, has thrown, I think, the hardest body checks of the night. You watch, he's not a tall fellow or a big fellow, but he sure likes to throw his weight around.
Yeah, he took his man, Cam Stewart, a little on the boards here in the
yes, he's made a couple
White Star zone.
He's made a couple of good hits in the open ice, too.
Goaltender Bertrand of the blue team has played pretty good in goal as well. He's had some big saves here in the opening period. Greg Klim on the face-off. To the left of Draveni. To the corner it goes now and into center ice. And here come the Whites. Over the line comes De Silva. Off on the wing it goes. Too far for Ryan Merritt. It goes to the corner. De Silva is after it. He puts it now to Merritt. Merritt trying to get around a check. De Silva picks it up now. De Silva trying to put it in front. Swings it back to the blue line to Beisenthal. It went through a maze of players, but to no avail in covering up the Blues. Here they come. Klim trying to get over the line. Dropping it back. And to the other side it goes. In front.
Oh,
and
what a nice
great
play.
passing play.
Just missed.
Yeah, that was a great passing play.
It sure was. Oh, look.
The Whites trying to get on goal. De Silva is after it. He shoots, and that's deflected over top of the goal. Minute 5 left in the opening period.
Actually, 2 good plays. One in, one at the other there. De Silva just about broke through the defenseman. Yep. Here's the replay here. Watch this pass over, and he just misses getting it to tip it in. Really
Mark
nice
Henderson just a little wide of the target from off the stick of Jamie Hardnett. Good play by Greg Klim as well to make that thing work. Face-off coming up now to the right of goaltender Ron Bertrand from the Listowel Cyclones. On the face-off, a battle for it in the circle. It does pop loose to the corner. Hustling after it is Calhoun. We have less than a minute to go in the opening period. Here the White Stars trying to bring it in on goal. No further, though, after the loose puck is Varga. Varga in front it goes. There's a shot. It's off the way to the corner, covering up the Blues. Coming up with it is Scott Gilbert. He feeds long to center to Smolinski. Smolinski getting over the line. Smolinski shoots. And a good save by goaltender Dravenia. And he holds on.
Number 14, Brian
Smolinski.
Yes, he's an excellent hockey player. I believe he hails from the Detroit area. I think he played for the Detroit Little Caesars last year, and has come up this year and been a real good addition to the Stratford Culletons.
40 seconds left in the first period of play. On the face-off, it rolls back to the blue line to Henry. There's a shot. That's deflected well over the top of the goal, and we'll get the stoppage of play. It's a 1-1 score. This is the 1989 Midwestern Ontario Junior B-Allstar game from the Kinsman Arena here in Kitchener. Face-off in the White Stars zone, not deep. On the face-off, the White Stars get the draw. Then it's banked off the boards to center ice. And the Blue Stars fired it right back in. Scott Betts is on it now, battling with his man, Bob Shelp. They go along the boards. Shelp trying to get a face-off in the corner. It's then pop loop by the White Stars. They get it toward the line, but not out. It's kept in by the Blues, but then brought outside the line. Here they come now. Getting over the line is Maltby. That shot is right on. Bertrand makes the save. To the corner it goes. And it's lifted by Andrew Patterson deep to the White Stars zone. That'll bring about a stoppage at the end of 20 minutes of hockey. We have a 1-1 score. Ryan Merritt scored the opening goal for the white team at 4:05 from Andrews Nansen, and McCade made it 1-0. The Blues were back at 7:46 to tie it at 1. Mike Kapanen from Scott Betts, and we have a 1-1 score. And Ross, we'll be back with the second period of play, but what do we look for in the second period?
Well, the first period, they were feeling each other out a little bit. The play was a little scrambly at times, but they started to put it together. We had some good scoring opportunities by both teams. The goaltenders had to be sharp. I think you'll see the pace pick up in the second period.
Okay, we'll be back with the play-by-play description of the second period of play. The first reminder, this is the Midwestern Ontario Junior B All-Star game from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium Complex. Scott Fisher along with Ross McLean back here at the Auditorium Complex here in Kitchener. And one period of play has been completed here at the 1989 Midwestern Ontario Junior B-All-Star game featuring the White Stars and the Blue Stars. And Ross, we had a pretty good first period. Let's see if we can open up even more here in the second.
No, I think you'll see that happen.
Cam Stewart on this face-off, and he gets the opening face-off, and it rolls back to Devin Calhoun, who flips it to the zone. And after the loose puck is Nansen to the corner. Calhoun is back for it. He shovels it up to the corner. And coming up there is Dravenier. And the Whites will try to bring it out now. And up on the wing it goes for Kirk Maltby. Maltby could not get it out on the first try. Then on a loose puck is Herdner. He could not get anywhere on the first try. Coming up with it, though, the White Stars, but it's a shade too far. Then driven back by the Blues on the offside. Ryan Merritt scored for the White Stars along with Mike Kapanen for the Blues in the first period of play, and we have a 1-1 score. This is the Midwestern Ontario Junior B All-Star game here from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium Complex, the Kinsman Arena, sponsored by Thrifty Rentals. Face-off coming outside on the drop. Schindler gets it now, puts it across ice. The White Stars will bring it out. Here they come into center ice, but they're checked on the play and covering up the Blue Stars. But they're checked on the play, and Jerry Thorne takes the shot and he fired it wide. On the other side, it did not move up too far for Schindler, and he does get it now and fires it right back into the corner. It's chopped up by Brian Henry. Henry was checked on the play, covering up though in the corner. They score! And it's now 2-1 in favor of the White Stars.
Well, that was a beautiful three-way passing play, and I believe it was Gretzky, number 10, that may have got that goal. He was parked right on the corner.
Good three-way effort right there, and it's now a 2-1 score in favor of the Whites.
I think it'll be from 10, from 20. Here we come here. Kevin McKay's got the puck here. He passes it over, and Gretzky's home free right in the corner. Nobody near him.
That's a second assist for Kevin McKay. And Brent Gretzky gets the goal. He's from the Brantford Classics. Into the corner it goes. The Blues will try to bring it in front. After the loose puck, they're checked on the play, and covering up is Beisenthal. He puts it along the boards, and it's redirected to center ice. And it's then flipped back into the zone by Jamie Wilson. And it's into the corner now. Beisenthal banks it off the boards. Up on the wing it goes. Too far for Williams, and he redirects it to the zone. And back for it this time is Scott Gilbert. Gilbert rounds the goal, peels it off on the wing. Did not get out on the first try. Then they do to center ice. And coming up now is Jamie Wilson again. Wilson fires it to the zone. Hustling after in the corner. Shelp shoots it around the boards. Could not get it out on the first try. The Blues take a long shot. But coming up there is goaltender Dravenier.
Yeah, that goal was scored by Keith Gretzky, number 10, assisted by number 26, John Williams from Waterloo, and number 24, Jerry Thorpe from Brantford. An excellent three-way passing play. Nice goal.
On the face-off, there's Dean Derrigan, the shot right on, rebound in front. And unable to put it in home was Mike Kapanen, who's already got a goal in this game. Here come the Whites now. Going over the line is Surchak. Surchak heading for the corner, trying to put it in front. And Derrigan checks him. Derrigan on it now. Derrigan long to center ice, too far for Mike Kapanen, and it flies right to the goal mouth area. And on it this time is Bob Shelp. Shelp puts it into center ice, and it's redirected back to the corner. And the Whites will settle it down now, and they'll get it long to center ice. Calhoun puts it across ice. It goes for Dean Derrigan. Back to Calhoun. Calhoun to center ice. He gets over the line, trying to get away from the check. There's a shot Off the stick of Ian Brooks is made a save. Back to the blue line, Calhoun. Calhoun takes the shot. That's deflected off the leg to the corner. Derrigan on the other side takes the shot. That's blocked. And the Whites will try to bring it out now. Here they come. Going over the line as they have a 2-on-2 situation. Covering up though in the corner is Holscher. Holscher could not get it in front. And covering up is Dean Derrigan. Derrigan now skates toward the blue line, gets it into center ice. Woolridge is on it there. He leaves it now for Ryan Meredith. Fires it to the zone, and the Blues will cover up. Past the two-minute mark of the second period of play. That should be icing. We have a 2-1 score in favor of the White Stars.
Number 4 on the white team, Anders Nansen from Cambridge, hails from Sweden. There are 2 Swedish players that play on the Cambridge team this year, Scott, and number 4 is one of them.
And also Bob Silberg, also from the Cambridge Winterhawks.
Yes, he was unable to play tonight, although he made the All-Star team. He had an injury and couldn't dress.
Yes, and they're 2 very solid defensemen.
Well, Cambridge has been last year, they finished in last place with only a couple of wins, and this year they're up in, I think, around 4th spot. They're playing real well. Yeah,
they're very, very good. We're going to, throughout the course of this game, bring you up to date on the league standings, since we have everybody in attendance in tonight's game. The Blue Stars tried to get it in front, but it's taken out of harm's way. Andrew Patterson is on it there. He fires it back into the white zone, and Anders Nansen is on it. Nansen behind his own goal, peels it off on the wing, kept in by Cam Stewart. Stewart sends it back to Betts. That shot is deflected over top of the goal. To the other side it goes, and the Whites are trying to bring it out now. Here they come to center ice. Going over the line is McKay. McKay trying to get around to the fence. Takes the shot, and a good save there by goaltender Bertrand. And after the loose puck in center ice, and covering up though is Cam Stewart. Stewart trying to get around to check. Takes the shot. That's off the leg to the corner. To the other side it goes. Deschamps is after it. Deschamps could not keep it in, and it rolls back to the Blue Star zone. And back for it is Andrew Patterson. Patterson rounds his own goal now. Flips it towards center ice. And hustling after there is Hartnett. He was checked on the play, covering up the Whites. Getting over the line is Varga. Varga trying to put it in front for Jerry Thorne, but that failed to work. And coming back is Hartnett. Hartnett getting over the line. Hartnett dropping it back to Greg Quinn. Quinn trying to get it in front. He is checked on the play, and coming back this time is Jerry Thorne. Thorne getting over the line. Thorne closing. Thorne is on it now. Thorne trying to get it in front. He was checked on the play, and the Blues will bring it back. Hartnett goes over the line. Hartnett going over the line. Got Quinn with him. Trying to get it in front. It's centered in front. There's the backhand by Henderson is over top of the goal. To the other corner it goes. 2 of them in there to try to battle for it along the boards. They're trying to get a stoppage of play. One of our blind spots now. Kind of have to guess when those players go in the corner, Ross.
Yes.
To the corner it goes. Back to the other side to Venier. He leaves it now for Scott Schindler. Schindler long to center ice. It goes for Chris Varga. Varga redirects it to the Blue Stars zone. The Blue Stars will try to set it up now. Coming to center ice. Owen hustling after it is Smolinski, but out of the goal is Graveni to shoot it around to the other side. The Blue Stars are on up there. Scott Gilbert is on it. He tried to bring it in front. That failed to work. Smolinski did not get anywhere. And the White Stars are trying to bring it up. Varga is on it now. Varga peels it to an open wing. Covering up the Blue Stars again. On it this time is Rick Mullins. That failed to work. Varga is after it in the corner. 3 of them in there, 4 of them to try to tie it up, and they get the face-off.
Varga was out of gas, I'll tell you. He was trying to get to the bench, number 9 on the white team.
13:54 left in the second period of play. 2-1 in favor of the White Stars.
There's a shot of the crowd, Scott. We have an excellent crowd tonight of well over 1,000 people here.
We do so, and I'll tell you, we've got popular names such as Wayne Matzner and Frank Bonello in attendance at this game today.
Yes, there's a number of OHL representatives here, a lot of scouts, and I think there's even 1 or 2 from the NHL.
And they're keeping their eyes open, Ross. They have got a lot of talent out here.
Many good hockey players come out of these junior B leagues. These 15 and 16-year-old boys, when they start here, get drafted and move on to the OHL, or some of them take the university route into the States, and many of them end up in the NHL. This is excellent hockey being played right here in our own backyard.
Dave Stewart fires it into the corner, is redirected right to the goaltender Bertrand. After the big puck is Stewart, he shovels it up to the corner, trying to get it in front. Gretzky is not up there. That failed to work, and coming back now, the Blue Stars are checked on the play, but then it's brought over the line on the outside by Jerry Thorne. We're trying to review the league standings while we go along here this evening. The Waterloo Siskins are in first place. They've lost but 3 games. They've won 34 and tied none, and they have a total of 68 points. And they are having a great year, Ross, those Waterloo Siskins.
And Stratford's right on their tail, only 1 point behind, and it's going to be an exciting season for those two. And then there's a real dogfight for the next 4 places, with only a few points separating 4 teams.
There's a shot that's just wide of a target on the other side, kept in by Patterson. That shot is deflected wide. To the corner it goes. The White Stars are trying to bring it out now. Smolinski is on it there for the Blues, getting it into center ice, failing to get anywhere with Scott Betts. Following on, though, was Brian Henry, who puts it right to the goal mouth there, and covering up his goaltender Dravenia.
Well, there hasn't been a lot of whistles in this game, Scott, and we've yet to have a penalty.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of playing it cool tonight.
Yeah, there's
just
been
saying, hey, let's keep the sticks down and everything.
That's right. You haven't seen any of that. There's been no cheap shots. There's been some hard hits, but there's been no nonsense out there. And the referee, Steve Wacom, has had an easy time of it tonight.
Sure has. This game is really moving along nicely. We are a couple of minutes away from the halfway mark of this hockey match. Kevin McKay could not bring it out on the first try. It's then to the corner. Trying to bring it in front, though, and trying to get it out of the zone is Scott Schindler to the blue line, but not out. It's kept in by the Blues. Scott Betts is on it now. Betts circles in the zone in front. Oh, and failing to get a shot away was Ian Brooks.
He just couldn't hold on to it. It slid off of his stick, but went right to the goaltender, and the goaltender directed it to the corner.
Ryan Merritt away from a couple of checks. To center ice he comes. Over the line, takes the shot, and that was a knuckler that went to the corner wide. And after the loose puck in the corner is Kevin McKay, trying to get it in front. Not being able to get a good shot away was Dean DeSilva. To the other side it goes. It's kept in by the White Stars. Bob Shelp does keep it in, but it goes to the corner. Loose in front, and the Blue Stars find the opening as they were caught deep in their own zone, not being able to get it out of the zone.
A couple of good scoring opportunities there by the white team.
Mostly made up of Waterloo Siskins.
Yes, they buzzed all around the net.
Yeah.
Kevin McKay, number 11 on Waterloo, hails from Sault Ste. Marie.
Way up in the North Country, eh?
Yes, he's one of Waterloo's top point getters, along with number 8, Dean DeSilva, who has played for a number of years in Waterloo.
Dave Stewart takes the long shot. That's well off the mark. To the other side it goes. And trying to bring it in front now with Kurt Maltby back to Stewart. Stewart fires it to the zone. Hustling after it in the corner, though, with Wilson. He puts it around the boards. The Whites are on it there. Trying to bring it in front. Back to the blue line. Now to a shot. There's a good save by goaltender Bertrand. To the other side it goes, and the Blues will bring it out now. Here they come. To center ice. Hafer fires it to the zone. He hustles right after it along with Bob Shelp, but they go against the boards, and it's deflected out of play. We have 11:15 left in the second period of play, and we are nearing the halfway mark of the hockey match. And Ross, we should see a goaltending change coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, I would think that they'll change at the 10-minute mark or close to it.
Ron Bertrand, I think, has been the busier of the two. Greg Dravenier also has been solid in the white team Stars goal. On the face-off, a battle for it coming up where there's Jamie Hartnett. Hartnett takes his man along the boards. To the corner, they're trying to get a stoppage of play, and they do.
Well, this has to be a big thrill for these 40 boys, Scott, to be playing in this Midwestern Junior B All-Star game. For some of them, it will be their first All-Star game. For others, it'll have been their second or maybe even their third. But it's excitement galore here. Their mothers and fathers and relatives are all here to see them play, and they're all pretty happy, I tell you.
Yep. It is not a boisterous crowd by any means,
no.
But it's just good hockey. That's basically what they've come to see. Anders Nansen behind his own goal now gets away from the check and peels it up on the wing to Jerry Thorne, who could not get anywhere. Thorne does pick it up again. He gets over the line now. Tries to close in. Off on the wing it goes. There's a shot right on it. Goaltender Bertrand makes the save. That was off the stick of John Williams. Now covering up is Harden. It banks it off the boards into center ice. It comes. And Anders Nansen is on it again. Nansen fires it right back into the center ice area. Then it's lifted, and coming up with is Jerry Thorne, leaving it now for Williams. Williams trying to get in on goal, takes the shot, and goaltender Bertrand makes the save. To the corner it goes. The White's still on it there. Back to Nansen. Nansen takes the shot. That's deflected high and out of play.
And John Williams there had a good scoring opportunity. Here we come with a replay. You'll see Williams, number 26, break in, get tripped by the goaltender and go into the boards head first, but he got up and he's fine.
We will see the services of a John Williams.
We're now getting a goaltender change.
Terry Hanke will now be in goal for the White Stars, and Jeff Hill will now go in goal for the Blue Stars. So we've got some goaltending changes as we have 10:15 left in the second period of play. Woolridge leaves it now to the corner goes. Here's a shot, and Hill makes the save.
Boy, he was tested early.
Tested early, that's about
right.
it. Yeah.
Dave Woolridge made that happen, number 18. Off the White team, who hails for Kitchener, Dutchman, plays for the Kitchener Dutchman. He's a real buzzsaw out there.
He goes from end to end without a lot of stoppage.
Yes, he's Kitchener's top point getter, I believe.
There's a shot and just wide of a target. On the other side it goes. Woolridge banks it off the boards along to the blue zone. That should be icing, and they get the stoppage. That's Jeff Hill in goal for the Blue Stars, and now Terry Henke for the White Stars. He hails out of the 12Bs.
Well, that's the way to get a goaltender right in the game. Make a big save right away, and certainly Jeff Hill had to be very sharp on that shot.
Face-off coming up now to the right of goaltender Terry Henke. Mike Kapanen on this face-off for the Blues. On the face-off, shoveling it up to the corner it goes now. Kapanen on it now. Kapanen could not get anywhere, and on it this time is Dave Woolridge. He feeds long to center ice. Here come the White Stars getting over the line and trying to bust around the defense. And Holzer, he's too well covered on the play. To the corner it goes now for Brian Henry. It is shot around the boards. The Blues will bring it out now. Long to center it goes. Too far for Kapanen. Kapanen trying to get over the line along with Scott Betts, but he's too well covered. And it goes back to the corner, and Andrew Patterson is on it now. Patterson turns at center, gets it now to Ian Brooks. To center ice it goes for Kapanen. Kapanen gets over the line, heads for the corner, trying to get it in front. Tries to get it back for Patterson, but the White Stars will bring it out. Here they come. Going over the line is Woolridge. Woolridge shooting. He scores! Woolridge!
A power goal right between the 5-hole there. Woolridge had a man with him on the left side and chose to take the shot and beat Jeff Hill cleanly. Here comes the replay.
Pick up the replay.
You'll see number 11 lose the puck here. He gets taken out by the defenseman. Woolridge picks it up, breaks up the right side, passes it, gets the puck back at the blue line, comes over and just blasts it home right between his pads. An excellent goal.
11:13 the time of the goal. Dave Woolridge from the Kitchener Dutchman score for the White Sox. De Silva gets one assist.
And I think number 2.
And Dave Stewart. And it's now a 3-1 score. Face-off coming up to the left of the White Stars goal. Cam Stewart of the Elmira Sugar Kings out there to take this face-off. On the drop, back to the blue line. There's a shot, wide of a target. On the other side it goes. Kevin McKay trying to bring it out of the zone. He's checked on the play. To the corner it goes to McHarg. McHarg trying to get it in front. Sends it back to Cam Stewart, who redirects it back into the corner. And the White Stars will slow it down now and start it out. 8 and change remaining in the second period of play. Cam Stewart is on it there. He gets around to check, but then lost it, and coming up with it is Dean DeSilva, who puts it to the other side. Now the White Stars will bring it out. Coming up with this Kevin McKay, long to center. That would have been 5 lines outside as Ryan Meredith got a hold of that one.
Yes, it was an excellent try, though. On this wide ice surface, Scott, boy, you can really make some nice plays. You can see why, when you play on an Olympic ice surface, you must be able to skate and pass well. You must have good skills in that area, and the Europeans play on this type of ice surface, and you can see why they do so well when they come over here. The Canadians play with a lot of heart, but I think on the wide ice surface, the Europeans have a little more skill. They're used to it.
Well, that provides the wide open hockey.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful to watch.
See, you know,
yeah.
Lots of goal scoring.
Well, that's what I think.
The coach's gray hairs, but
well, people here in Kitchener, I think are very, very fortunate to have these 2 beautiful ice surfaces here at the auditorium. Young players, as they're coming up, are going to do nothing but develop those skills as they go through the Kitchener minor hockey system.
Dean Derrigan into center ice it goes now for the Blues, coming over the line, and stopping inside the line is Klim. Klim trying to get it in front, sends it back to the blue line to Calhoun. Calhoun could not keep it in for the moment. He does. Calhoun shoveling it up to the corner, but then it's brought to the line, but not out. Hardman keeps it in. To the corner it goes. In front the shot. Oh, and a great save there by goaltender Henke.
Well, we got our first penalty. It's but what a beautiful play by the blue team. I thought it was a sure goal, but Henke came across and made an outstanding save. Probably the best save of the night. Number 9 is going to get the penalty on the white team. Chris Varga for interference, I think.
12:49 the time of the penalty to Chris Varga. 2 minutes for holding. Face-off coming up to the left of the White Sox goal. White Stars goal. On the face-off, a battle for it. It's pried loose and then shot down the ice, and hustling back out there is Brian Henry. And we will try to start it out now. He waits behind his own goal for some skating room. Leaves it now for Brian Smolinski of the Stratford Culletons. He works to the blue line into center ice. He gets over the line, dropping it back to the blue line. Here's a shot. It drifted just wide of the target as it may have been deflected on the way in. Back to center ice it goes. Coming up is Andrew Patterson. He feeds long to Smolinski. Smolinski trying to get around the defense, but a good defensive play by Scott Schindler to get in the way, and a good save there by goaltender Henke.
Oh, yes, number 14, Brian Smolinski from Stratford, almost got that puck through to the breaking winger.
A minute 24 left in the penalty time to Chris Varga. Face off to the right of goaltender Terry Henke. On the face-off, a battle for it. Still battling for it. Back to the blue line it comes to Patterson. Patterson holds it now. Patterson still with that puck. Into the corner it goes. Trying to bring it in front now is Mullins. Mullins trying to get it in front. Smolinski is on it there. Smolinski turns with it now. Goes back to the blue line. Has a lot of open room. Shooting. Good save by goaltender Henke. Loose in front of the goal. And I think the defenseman got a piece of that one. To the corner it goes. And the White Stars get it out to the center zone. Back for the Smolinski. He couldn't get anywhere. Woolridge takes over there and fires it back into the center ice area. Now the White Stars doing some good penalty killing as we've got 40 seconds left in the penalty time. Brian Henry on it there. He banks it to the boards, but not out. Smolinski could not bring it up, but he does. Smolinski off on the wing it goes, and bringing it over the line, closing into the corner now is Scott Gilbert. Gilbert is ridden out of the play, and a good defensive play by Anders Nansen to get it long to center ice, and coming up the Blue Stars. And coming up with it is Andrew Patterson, who fires it back into the corner. And we've got ourselves a offside infraction with 13 seconds left in the penalty time.
Well, the Blue Stars have had a few good opportunities earlier in the penalty, Scott, to score. And the goaltender, Henke, has been up to the task. And in the last 30 or 40 seconds, the penalty killing has been excellent by the white team.
10 seconds left in the penalty time to Chris Varga. There's a long shot by Jamie Wilson, is wide of the target. After the loose puck in the corner is Ian Brooks. Brooks could not keep it in. It has been kept in by Troy McHarg. Back into the corner for Brooks. Brooks looking now, sends it back for Betts into the corner for Brooks. Brooks almost checked on the play. It comes loose to McHarg in front and no one home. Back to the other side it goes now for Jamie Wilson. He's too well covered on the play, and Anders Nansen comes toward the blue line. He comes to center ice, hitting the Blue Stars line, trying to get around the defense. Nansen still about puck behind the net as the teams are back at full strength. Nansen trying to get it in front. On it is McHarg. They try to tie up along the boards for a face-off, and they do.
Well, number 4, Anders Nansen from Cambridge, did an excellent job of ragging the puck. Went for a little Sunday skate.
Yeah, he kind of worked it right from his own blue line,
right.
and all the way behind the net, and good scoring opportunity with the teams back at full strength. 3-1 in favor of the White Stars over the Blue Stars. In case you just joined us, this is the 1989 Midwestern Ontario Junior B-Allstar game from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium Complex. Scott Fisher along with Ross McLean providing you the complete commentary of this game. Calhoun trying to get it out of the zone, then he does get it along the center ice, and covering up though is Scott Biesenthal, who lifts it back into the corner. Hustling out there to the corner is McKay. McKay trying to get around Calhoun. There's about 2 feet on Kevin McKay off of Calhoun, but covering up though the White Stars. McKay gets it back to the, or tried to get it back to the blue line to Schindler, but it's broken up by the Blues. Coming up with it is Schaefer. Schaefer getting over the line, dropping it now for Cam Stewart. The pass was behind him, and coming back the White Stars over the line. There's a shot by the Silvers, just wide. On the other side, it's kept in by McKay. McKay trying to get it in front for the Silva. Back to Schindler it comes. Schindler drives it up to the corner. Hustling after it is Merritt. Merritt spins away from the Jets, trying to feed Schindler. It comes back to Schindler. Schindler driving it up to the corner after it is De Silva. Leaving it there, it's put in front, but coming up though is Schaefer. Schaefer to the blue line, into center ice, up on the wing to Deschamps. Deschamps trying to get around the defense. Calling on is Schaefer, tried to put it in front for Stewart, but he was upended on the play. To the corner it goes now. The White Stars will try to bring it out as the Blues make changes. Coming up with it is Scott Gilbert trying to get over the line. Here's a shot, and a good save there by goaltender Jeff Hill. And then it's redirected back to center ice and then fired back out of play. 3:09 left in the second period.
An excellent scoring chance by number 16, Ryan Merritt. Goaltender Jeff Hill had to be very sharp.
Face-off coming up at the center ice area.
There's a number of companies who have contributed, Scott, in one way or another to this game this evening. A few of them are Kraft Limited, Sherry Bus Lines, Team Sports and Trophies, Molson Breweries, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Jacob Tire Service, to name a few. We'll try to get the other names in as the play goes along.
Greg Klim puts it in front, and Hartnett's on it now. Hartnett up on the wing it goes. Trying to get over the line and closing in. To the other corner it goes to Henderson. Henderson leaves it for Hartnett. That failed to work. On it is Hartnett again. But covering up on this play is Bob Shelp. Shelp tried to get a whistle. Tried to bring it to the boards. They battle forward, and they finally get the whistle. Good hard working effort there by the Wisconsin line.
Some other sponsors, Coca-Cola, Zehrs, Big Bill's Bargain Warehouse, Mother's Restaurants, Caring for Us, Central Meat Market, Tri-County Welding, Twin City Funeral Directors, Town Bowl, McLeod Hardware, Spectrum Photo Labs, Mr. Grocers, Westmount Plaza, Pizza Hut, Goodyear Certified Auto Center, Fashion Parlor, Forest Hill Plaza, Steve's TV, Chi-Chi's Restaurant, Markworks Warehouse, Firestone Fairway Road, Apple Auto Glass, Talisman Esso, Bennett and Seaman Insurance Adjusters, Grace Nedden, McHugh Adjusters.
A battle for it along the boards now. The White Stars will bring it out. Here they come. 2.5 minutes left in the second period, and covering up Jerry Thorne, but they get a face-off as it was an icing infraction.
And as we said earlier, the major sponsors of the game tonight are Thrifty Car Rental, which is the official car rental company of the NHL this year, Stedemar Motors, Bill's Super Variety, Home Hardware, Mutual Group, Santa Rosa Plastering, and Quickie Copy Printing. Quick Copy Printing. Oh, we'll get it right yet.
Okay. 2:21 left in the second period. 3-1 White Stars over the Blue Stars. Midwestern Ontario Junior B-All-Star game. Anders Nansen is on it now. He gets away from the check, tries to bring it up, and gets it down to center ice. Coming up with it, the White Stars over the line, closing in, trying to get it in front. Gretzky now to the corner. Gretzky trying to get it in front. That failed to work. It's loose in front, and Hill made a big save on that one.
Oh, boy, did he ever. Gretzky set up Williams, and beautiful play by the goaltender.
Jeff Hill doing some of his acrobatic best once again, as he usually does with the Stratford Culletons. Smolinski leaving it there now. Up on the wing it goes to Scott Gilbert, trying to get around the check. Gretzky is on it there. He failed to get it out on the first try. Coming up with it this time is Jason Herdner. It gets it to the blue line, but not out. Herdner on it again. And the white team will start it out. Getting over the line is Gretzky. Gretzky trying to drop it in front, but coming up this time is Jamie Wilson. To the corner it goes. Wilson still with that puck. Around the boards it comes, and trying to bring it out is Rick Mullins. Mullins long for Smolinski. Smolinski getting over the line. Offside on the right side was Scott Gilbert.
Well, sometimes you can get a little too fancy, Scott, and Gretzky, he maybe didn't realize it, but he had a clear path to the net.
Yeah.
And he tried to pass it back on a drop pass.
There's Walter Gretzky doing a little running himself.
Walter Gretzky there is running down the boards.
Looked like he was in a hurry to the pop stand outside.
Well, that's Grandpa now. He's Grandpa. Grandpa Gretzky.
Grandpa.
Yeah, I understand the baby's doing fine.
Very well.
We interviewed Walter in the last game here.
Yeah, very interesting interview. And we thanked him for stopping by to give us some insight on what's going on out west and being a new grandfather, etc. 55 seconds left in the second period of play. 3-1 in favor of the White Stars over the Blue Stars. Ryan Merritt, Brent Gretzky, and Dave Woolridge have scored for the Whites, while Mike Kapanen has scored for the Blues. Calhoun, up on the wing it goes for Ian Brooks, who redirects it over the line. Hustling after it is Brooks. Back to the blue line. Calhoun could not keep it in, and Calhoun will circle now with it. Back to his own zone to get away from some skidding room. Trying to bring it out now, getting it long to center to Ian Brooks. Up on the wing it goes, hustling after it, and Scott Betts. Betts trying to get around to the fence, and it's popped in front, and goaltender Henke makes the save and holds on with 28 seconds.
What a great individual effort on that play, and it almost paid off. It's 28 seconds left in the period, Scott.
Gives us an opportunity to look down at the number 2 and 3 spots in the Junior B circuit. The Elmira Sugar Kings are next with 38 points. Not far back are the Listowel Cyclones, the very improved Listowel Cyclones, Ross.
Yes, they're playing very well, along with Owen Sound and Cambridge. Those teams are all grouped together. It's going to make for an exciting finish. Could be some upsets.
Yep, going to be a good finish, too, coming down to the wire for the final playoff spot between the Kitchener Dutchmen and the Guelph Bees as well.
Yes, there's only 3 points separating that team, or those two teams, and I think Guelph has about 4 or 5 games in hand.
Yep, 4 games, so that's enough to make a difference. We are coming down to the final second of the second period of play, and at the end of 40 minutes of hockey, it is the White Stars 3 and the Blue Stars 1. This is the 1989 Midwestern Ontario Junior B All-Star game from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium Complex.
Ross McLean here at the Kinsman Center in between periods of the Midwestern Junior B All-Star game. It's my pleasure this evening to have Mr. Scotty Morrison from the NHL as our special guest. Scotty, as most of you know, was a referee in the NHL, referee-in-chief. Tell me, Scotty, what are you doing now?
Well, I'm Vice President of Project Development and President of the Hockey Hall of Fame, Ross, and we're building a brand new Hockey Hall of Fame in downtown Toronto, and that's taking the majority of my time right now.
When do you hope to open that?
I would think before the doors are open, it would be at least 2 to 2.5 years.
Good. Tell me, Scotty, we've just seen a couple of Russian teams playing NHL teams in the last couple of weeks. Do you think this is going to continue? Is it good for the game? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good for the game. It's good for hockey. I think you're seeing an example of it out here tonight with the larger ice surface. And I think the influence that the Europeans are bringing over in skating skills, passing skills, can't help but improve the game.
Scotty, suppose somebody wanted to change a rule. Harold Ballard wanted to take the red line out. How does he go about doing that?
Well, we wouldn't let him take the red line out, Ross, but anybody within the league can submit a rule change, and it goes before the Rules Committee. They meet every January down in Florida with the general managers, and the majority, it's a case of simple majority if the rule is approved. Some of the rules they may like, not totally convinced it's appropriate, so they'll try them in the preseason games and give it a good test out of the preseason games, and then look at it again for the following season.
I've recently read in the paper, Scotty, that Quebec and now Alberta is considering limiting competitive hockey to boys 12 and older. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't agree with it. I think 12 is, I don't like to see the pressure on the kids. I've had 4 boys come through the hockey system, but they've got to get into competition sometime, and I don't think there should be as much pressure put on them in terms of 100 scheduled games when you take in the exhibition games and the tournaments and so forth. But I think it has to be organized. I think the skills have to be taught, and I think just to leave it open until they're 12 years of age and then start trying to teach them the skills and the competitive aspect of hockey may be a little late.
Well, Scotty, I'd like to thank you for stopping by and giving us this brief interview. The hockey game is about to start, so we'll take you back. Thanks very much.
We're back here at the Auditorium Complex. We are set to get this third period underway. It's the White Stars over the Blue Stars by a 3-1 score. Scott Fisher along with Ross McLean. And Ross, we should have ourselves a pretty dandy third period to play.
Oh, I think we're going to see a fast action game here, or period of hockey. The blue team will want to draw even and perhaps try to win it.
Okay, and we'll see what happens as this period is underway, and it's driven deep into the white zone, and after the loose puck in the corner is Beisenthal. Beisenthal could not get around to check, and they're trying to tie it up for a face-off in the corner. But coming up with it, 2 Blues body together kind of heavily, and along the boards it comes to Jerry Thorne, long to center to his man, too far. Derrigan is after it now. To the corner it goes, and the Blues will try to bring it out now. Here they come. Smolinski to center ice. Smolinski trying to get around to check, but offside on the left side.
Nice play by number 5 on the white team, Beisenthal. He rode the blue player off very well. Beisenthal hails from the Brantford area. Plays for Brantford, hails from Walkerton.
Good steady defenseman as well, Scott Beisenthal.
Yes, he is.
Face-off outside the white team's blue line. On the face-off, the Blues covering up, and they'll shoot it to the corner, and after it this time is Bob Shelp. He puts it across ice, but not being able to get anywhere was Dave Stewart as he's taken it along the boards, and coming around to the other side is Dave Stewart now. Stewart works to the blue line, coming to center ice, driving it deep into the corner, hustling after it is the blue team. They'll try to bring it out now. Coming up with it this time in the corner is Smolinski. He could not get anywhere on the first try. Then it's driven to center ice, and Stewart is on it there. Stewart puts it to an open wing. It's gobbled up by the Blues. And then Dave Woolridge finds an opening and shoots it to the blue zone. We've played a minute and a half of the third period of play, and we have 18 and change remaining in the third period. 3-1 in favor of the White Stars. Getting over the line of the Blues, closing in, and not being able to get a shot away there as he was tied up was Jamie Wilson.
Oh, a hard check.
There's a good check, yeah, at center ice.
Brian Henry from Owen Sound just leveled Dave Woolridge, number 18 on the white team.
Woolridge will field that one for a while.
Yes, he went off the ice immediately.
Now the Blues back in their own zone. Brian Henry gets it toward the line, but not out. It's then gobbled up by Rick Mullins. Mullins peels it off on the wing, and coming up with this Cam Stewart. Stewart to center, then fires it into the zone. It's kicked out to the corner by Henke. Around the boards it comes. Schaefer is on it now behind the net to the corner. Cam Stewart, he could not get a good shot away as it was driven through the crease. Coming up with it now, the white team. Coming up with it now is Jerry Thorne trying to get around the defense. He was too well covered on the play. To the corner it goes. They're trying to tie it up for a face-off. 4 of them in there. Coming up with it, the blue team, and they'll get it long to center ice and no further. And coming up with it is Kevin McKay long to the other zone to Ryan Marin. He gets it along the boards and through center ice. Coming up with it is Dean Derrigan across ice now to Deschamps. Deschamps drops it back for Schaefer. Schaefer trying to get it on goal. That was covered up neatly by Dean DeSilva, who bunks it right back to center ice. And coming up with it is John Williams. Across ice it goes now for Jamie Wilson. He finds the opening and shoots it to the corner. And goaltender Henke settles it down there for his defenseman. He banks it off the boards, long through center, and covering up this time is Jamie Wilson. Wilson up on the wing now to Cam Stewart. Stewart takes the shot. Good save by Henke. Around the other side it goes. Schaefer tips it toward the blue line, and then it comes out to center ice, and Maltby is after it. Maltby could not get anywhere on the first try, and back come the Blues. Getting over the line is 17. That is McFarland trying to get on goal. Schaefer is ridden out of the play as the Whites try to bring it out now. Here they come to center ice. And covering up is Kurt Maltby. Maltby over the line, across ice to McFarland. There's a shot, and a good save by the blue goaltender, Jeff Hill. He will not settle it down as it goes to the corner to Schaefer. He banks it off the boards now for Scott Betts. Betts couldn't get anywhere on the first try. Then Derrigan shoots it around the boards now for Scott Gilbert, long to center ice. That failed to work. Beisenthal backhands it towards center. He goes after it again, but covering up again is Scott Gilbert. Gilbert trying to get on goal. He was too well covered. Schindler is on it now for the Whites, and he finds the opening and shoots it down the ice, and that's going to the icing.
Well, good action, Scott. We went over 2 minutes there without a whistle. The blue squad had a couple of reasonable scoring chances there. The Elmira line of Schaefer and Stewart, especially Stewart, who made one real fine shot.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the goaltending in this game, Ross. Both goaltenders have played fairly steady, or all 4 of them have really played very steady.
Yeah, they've had to be sharp.
Yeah. We've got the snipers all in one building right here, so no excuses today. There's a shot that's over top of the goal. To the other corner it goes to Dave Stewart. He banks it off the boards, but not out. It's kept in by Henry. Henry shoveling it up to the corner to Mark Henderson. That failed to work. And coming up with it this time again is Andrew Patterson. Patterson will peel it off on the wing now to Henderson into center ice. Then coming up with it this time was Dave Stewart. He puts it to the blue zone. Around the boards it comes. The Blues will not get it out on the first try. Helping up with it is Thorne. Back to the blue line. There's a shot deflected over top of the goal. Good shot there by Bob Shelp. On the other side it goes. It comes to the blue line, but not out. It's kept in at the line. Moving up on the other side is Shelp. Shelp could not keep it in. Hustling out the door now is Scott Gilbert. Gilbert's in alone. Gilbert trying to break it on goal, and a great defensive play by Dave Stewart.
Boy, what
Gilbert on it again now. Gilbert is checked on the play. Then the Whites find an opening and shoot it to the blue zone.
Well, the town of Norwood will be happy on that play. I think half of them are here tonight.
Yeah, Dave Stewart with a great defensive play.
That's right. I thought the blue player Gilbert was going to be in home free.
Anders Nansen is on it now. He peels it up on the wing to Jeff Holzer, who had difficulty getting it to center ice, and it's gobbled up by the Blues. And they will take it there. Up on the wing it goes now for Craig Klim. Klim getting over the line, trying to dance around to the defenseman. Covering up, though, and not getting anywhere was Rick Mullins. The Whites will bring it out now. Coming over the line and closing in is Dale Surtuck. Surtuck put it to the open wing and covering up the Blues. Here come the Blues now. Catching up is Hartman. Hartman trying to get on a goal. That failed to negotiate. Back to the blue line it comes to the corner to Jamie Wilson. He did keep it in. And covering up now in center ice and coming up with it this time. And breaking over the line is Surtuk. Surtuk, a long shot, and that's deflected well over top of the goal. Out of play.
We're going to see a replay of the Stewart.
He robbed Scott Gilbert.
Yes.
Scott Gilbert broke in on goal.
He beat Shelp.
There he is there.
Here he's breaking home.
Ice.
He's home free. He's coming in, and he just dives across, gets his stick on it, and pushes it to the corner. Real nice play.
Scott Gilbert will wonder about that one tonight. I'm sure it won't bother him, but he'll wonder about it. Jamie Wilson is on it now. He clears it to the corner to Cam Stewart. Back to Wilson. Wilson feeds it long to center ice. Gobbling up there was Scott Schindler, who fires it back into the corner and covering up the Blues. Wilson long to center. Gobbled up again by the Whites. Getting over the line, closing in is McKay. There's a shot. Good save. The rebound. The puck is loose. And Cam Stewart will take it out of harm's way and feed it long to Deschamps. Deschamps down the right side. Dropping it back for Stewart. Stewart the backhand. Right on. And a great save there by goaltender Hankey.
Oh, it's
coming
back and
back
forth.
now for it is Craig Klim. Klim gets over the line. Or excuse me, it's to the corner to Silva trying to put it in front. That failed to work on the first try. Back to the blue line. It comes to Beisenthal. There's a shot kicked out to the corner. Good save by Jeff Hill.
Oh, good hit.
There's another hit in the goal crease area and covering up the Blues. Hustling after this, Steve Schaefer over the line on the offside on the left side.
Well, the action
was guarded Deschamps.
The action is picked up. The goaltenders have made great saves at both ends.
Yep, they are starting to go from end to end now as we come down to the last 12 and a half minutes of the third period of play. Here's the replay on that play.
There's number 11, McKay, making that excellent shot, and the goaltender Hill coming up with a
and there's the
big
play
save. Down the other end.
Deschamps, back to Cam Stewart, the backhand of the save by Hill.
Back out, just end to end.
Or by
great action.
To center ice it goes now. Kurt Mulvey over the line, trying to bust around the defense with Varga. He was too well covered on the play.
Real good defensive play by number 3 there.
3 of them will tie it up for a face-off, and they'll get the stoppage. 12:32 left in the third period of play. It's 3-1 in favor of the Whites. In case you just joined us, Ryan Merritt, Brent Gretzky, and Dave Woolridge have scored for the Whites, while Mike Campbell of the Listowel Cyclones has scored for the Blue Stars. Now back in center ice. And leaving it there was Bob Chelp. Chelp is helped there by Neil McFarland, who redirects it into the zone. He hustles right after it. Along the boards, back to Chelp it comes. Chelp takes the shot, deflected over top of the goal. And I think that was deflected by a Blue player. Covering up, though, is Scott Betts. Betts rounds his own goal now. He'll start it out, works to the blue line, coming to center ice. Getting up over the line, looking for an open man, drops it back to the blue line, but the shot was weak and off the target. And Bob Shelp finds the opening and clears it long to center, and on it there is Derrigan. Derrigan will take it now at center. Steps to the line, takes the long shot. Goaltender Henke makes the save, and covering up is Dave Stewart. He rounds the goal. Peels it long to center ice, up in the wing now to Gretzky. Gretzky trying to get over the line. He stops inside the line, but then he's too well covered, and the Blues break out. Here they come. Going over the line is Henderson. He tried to feed Smolinski, but that failed to work. And covering up there was Pat Hawley to get it long to center down to Brent Gretzky. That did not work on the first try. Then it's redirected back to center, and Anders Nansen is on it. Nansen spins away from it, Jeff. Being watched there by Scott Gilbert. Nansen peels it long into the corner, partially checked on the play. Henderson could not get his shot away. It's still at the White team's line, but then it's driven back to center, and backward is Patterson. Patterson, with help from his winger, directs it deep to the zone, and backward is Nansen. Up on the wing it goes, too far for his breaking winger. It comes right to the blue goal, and covering up this time is Mark Henderson, who fires it deep to the corner, and he peels off for a line change. On it is Gilbert. Gilbert is too well covered on the play by Bob Shelp. Smolinski in there to try to dig it loose. Smolinski behind the goal, being watched there. Into the corner it goes. Schindler try to bring it out now. Comes to center ice. Hustling after it, though, is Dale Surtuck.
Stole the puck.
Shoots. Good save by goaltender Hill, and he holds on.
Oh, two great plays there. Number 15, Dale Surtuck from Guelph, made an excellent play, stealing the puck from the defenseman and getting a really fine shot away, and Jeff Hill made the save.
Yeah, he made a big play.
Oh, boy, that's...
Bust around the defense. And
that's as good a play as you're going to see, except on the defenseman's part. I don't think he's going to be too happy about it, but...
As the shot is over top of the goal by Surtuck again. On the other side, it's kept in by Biesenthal for the moment, but then it's cleared to center ice, and it's copped up there now by Rick Mullins. Mullins feeds it long over the line, now closing in is Greg Klim. Then trying to get around the defense, leaves it for Hartman. Hartman puts it in front. It's loose at the side of the goal. And out of the Stratford players coming with it in the corner and trying to get it in front was Rick Mullins again, but it's taken out by Biesenthal. He'll get it to the line, but not up. There's a shot. Klim took a shot, but a good save there by goaltender Heinke. And back into the corner it goes now. The blue team will start it out. Jamie Wilson with it now. Wilson, long it goes for Rick Mullins. Mullins long to center to Hartnett. He goes over the line. Hartnett closes, takes the shot, and a good save there by goaltender Henke.
You see what a difference, Scott, the ice surface makes there? Like that winger was against the boards, and the defenseman was in closer to the center, and the winger was able to get in really with no trouble at all. And the goaltender to be very sharp to make the save. It's a different game when you play in this large ice surface.
Yeah, it's so much more wide open, and you get a lot better scoring plays, and again, it speeds up the plays we've noticed from past games. And
it'll be interesting to see as time goes on, as new rinks are being built in different communities, as to whether or not they build them this size. Like I think of Waterloo. You know, Waterloo needs new facilities. Will they build an Olympic-sized rink, or will they go back to the standard? I would hope that they would build an Olympic-sized rink.
I think everybody in Waterloo and Kitchener would like.
Well, maybe they should just build a rink.
Waterloo that would have an Olympic-sized ice surface, sure. No question. It is deep into the corner, and coming up is the blue team now. They'll start it out. Going up over the line now is Deschamps. Deschamps over the line, offside on the left side with Steve Schaefer. 8:55 left in the third period of play. It's a 3-1 score in favor of the White Stars.
Well, both teams are playing well, Scott, and it's still anyone's hockey game. The blue team is quite capable of scoring lots of goals. They've got some real snipers on that team.
Well, we've only had one penalty in this game, Ross.
Yeah, it's been the game has been played very cleanly and with no nonsense at all. Some good hard hits, but no stick penalties of any kind, which is really nice to see.
And wouldn't that be nice if every game went like this?
Yes,
all league games went like this.
Well, it just goes to show you don't really need high sticking and slashing and stuff like that in the game.
It proves it right there.
Yeah.
Anders Nansen puts it to the open wing and back there for it. And covering up into the corner is Mike Kapanen. Kapanen leaves it now for a winger coming up with it, this time the Blues. Here they come to center ice. Now they'll try it again as they slow down the play, and it comes back to the other corner to Nansen. Across to his defense partner. Hartner could not get anywhere. Nansen is on it again now. Nansen feeds it long to an open wing. It'll slide back to the blue zone. And out of the goal is Hill to leave it there for his defenseman. And coming up with it this time, the Blues. Circling at center now is Kapanen. Long to center ice it goes. And going over the line on the left side. Heading for the corner, but he is too well covered there by Jason Hertner. To the corner it goes. Trying to put it in front. That failed to work. Back to the blue line to Patterson. Into the corner it goes. Spinning away from the check and getting it to the other corner it goes. The Blues get it back to the blue line to Henry. Henry holds it now up to the corner. Betts deflects it in front. And there's a shot, but it's a good save by goaltender Hill. Off the stick of a winger that was deflected by Scott Betts. The Whites trying to break loose. Here they come. John Williams trying to get alone on goal, but he was too well covered. Then he takes his man along the boards heavily. And coming up with it is Patterson who puts it around the boards. And coming up with it this time is Kapanen. Kapanen trying to bring it out. He feeds it long to the blue line, but not out. It is kept in by the Whites momentarily, but then it comes out to center ice. And driving it into the zone is Dean Derrigan, who peels off for a line change. Scott Schindler rounds his own goal now. Long to center it goes for John Williams. Williams going over the line, trying to put it in front. That's broken up by the Blues, and they'll start back. Here they come. Henderson to center. Henderson around to check. Wiesenthal made a good defensive play. Smolinski put it right on the stick, though, of John Williams. That feeds long to center to Brent Gretzky. Gretzky trying to come in front. Gretzky takes a shot. That's blocked by a blue player.
Boy, he saw Williams breaking down the left side and tried to hit him. It was a real smart play by Gretzky, but it just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, good heads-up play. I bet you if they played together more often, they would probably click on a lot of those plays.
Yeah, they might, too.
Now the Blues back in their own zone. 6.5 minutes left in the third period of play. It's 3-1 for the White Stars over the Blue Stars. Bob Schell banks it off the boards. It's redirected back into the corner and on it is Smolinski. Up on the wing it goes for Scott Gilbert. Gilbert heading for the corner. Too well covered by David Smith or Stewart. Up on the wing it goes. There's a shot into the corner and covering up is Bob Schell. Schell is on it now. Gets away from it. Check. Starts it out the other way. And peels it off on the wing to Surtuck. Surtuck back to Schell. Schell puts it across ice now to Dave Stewart. Long to center it goes for Holscher. Holscher trying to cut it on goal, but he's checked on the play and coming back is Scott Gilbert. Gilbert up on the wing. It goes for Henderson. Henderson with Smolinski. In for Smolinski. The backhand. Loose at the start of the goal. And Henderson could not put it in the open corner as Hill stood his ground neatly.
Another great
and
play.
Ross, I'll tell you, great goaltending by Hill and good effort by the Blue squad.
Yes, Henke made a lovely save there. Good play all around.
Yep, this is good hockey. This is the Ontario Midwestern Junior B-All-Star game here from the Kinsman Arena at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. 5:22 left in the third period of play. And if you just joined us, it's Scott Fisher with Ross McLean providing the commentary on this one tonight. Anders Nansen gets it to the line, but not up. Hustling back after it now is Ryan Merritt. He puts it across ice. The white team does get it out. Jason Herdner to center ice, but it's broken up by the Blues. Here's a shot. Good save by goaltender Hill, and he holds on with Blues moving in.
One of the things that impresses me about Henke is that he has not allowed too many rebounds tonight. Did you see how he smothered that puck when the shot was made by the Blue player? An excellent play by the goaltender. He just didn't kick it out where they could get another chance at it. He smothered it nicely.
Yeah, Hill's being sharp in this period, no question. Now bringing it over the line, but Nansen covers up now for the Whites. Nansen gets it long to center ice. It's gobbled up by the Blues there. They'll feed it long and back into the White zone, and Nansen is back for it now. Nansen puts it to the side of the net. After it, there is Hartman in front of goal. There's a score! Good turnaround play, and I think the Stratford-Culleton line there was on that goal.
Well, that goal was caused by a giveaway by number 4, Nansen from Cambridge. He tried to clear the puck, but he really didn't get good wood on it. Here you'll see him. He takes it into the corner. He looks, and he doesn't really hit the side of the net. Yep. And it comes right out, and bang, it's in the net. We have a brand new hockey game here, 3-2 with 4:35 to go. With this caliber of hockey player on the ice, you just cannot afford to make mistakes. Well, they capitalize on it, especially those Culletons.
Yeah. So it's a 3-2 score in favor of the Whites.
Oh.
Derrigan and Harden to draw the assist on the goal at 15:25. Here the Whites in front. They could not get a good shot away and covering up again. And back for it is Wiesenthal, who fires it back into the zone. Brian Henry rounds his goal now. Henry, as we come down to the final 4 minutes of play of the hockey match, being butted there. Good work by Kirk Maltby, who tried to get it in front, but covering up the Blues, and they get it long to center. Here they come. Cam Stewart takes the shot. That's awfully to the corner. Deschamps is on it. He's ridden out by Schindler. It comes in front by Cam Stewart. It comes back to the line of Patterson. Patterson takes the shot. That's deflected over top of the goal and out of play.
The blue team has the white team running around a little on their own end. Still lots of time to tie this game. 3:40 left.
Rick Mullins getting that last goal for the blue team.
And that's number 20.
From Jamie Hardnett. On the face-off, It rolls back now to McHarg. McHarg up to the corner. It goes for Kapanen. Kapanen trying to get it in front. Back to the blue line it comes now for... There's a shot in front. Loose puck in front. The backhand. How did they not miss? How did they not miss? Oh! Number 11, Mike Kapanen scores. And the blue team has tied it all up at 3-3.
Well, the blue team has been coming in the last couple of minutes, and the goaltender, Henke, made 2 or 3. Here we see it here. A shot coming in. He makes a save there. He's down. He makes another save. And there, right in the corner, number 11.
Scott Best took 2 whacks of that thing, and it did not go in. I was just wondering how it did not go in, but finally Mike Kapanen scoring his 2nd goal of the hockey match.
Well, the momentum has swung to the blue team for sure.
And it is now 3-3, and that is evident. Here's the announcement. Kapanen gets it. And Smolinski, the other assist on that blue team goal. It's now a 3-3 score. Back for it is Gretzky now in his own zone. He circles to get away from the check to Shelp. Shelp is ridden out of the play neatly. The Blues in front it goes, but it's covering up though the Whites. Now with less than 3 minutes to go in the hockey match. Back into the other corner it goes, and covering up this time John Williams, but it's over the line, and it's two-line offside, so we'll get the stoppage of play with 2:49 left in the 3rd period.
Well, the white team has played fairly well on their own end most of the game, Scott. The defense have cleared the puck well. It's only been in the last few minutes that they seem to have broken down a little bit, and the blue team is now getting the scoring chances. Excellent forechecking by the blue team, causing the white team to panic a little bit, I think, and throw the puck away.
Well, although the Blues have scored twice here in the 3rd period, I think Terry Henke has had a good 3rd period of play.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, that could have been a penalty, but he let it go.
Yeah, no question about that. Now Smolinski gets around a couple of checks. Getting over the line, takes the shot, and he fired it wide. On the other side it goes. Hurtner could not get it out of the first try. It's then to the corner. Hurtner on it again now, trying to cover up to Surtuk. Surtuk gets it to the blue line, but not out. Derrigan does keep it in for a moment, but then it's driven back to center ice. The Blues trying to bring it over the line, but covering up again are the Whites, and they'll have to retreat. 3-3 the score. Nansen is on it now. He gets it to Surtuk. Surtuk gets it long to center ice, and coming up with it is Holzer. Holzer trying to break around the defense. Holzer right on goal, and he was too well covered on the play by Derrigan.
Nice play.
Good play all around because Derrigan covered his man neatly, and Holzer could easily have busted in for a goal.
2-on-1.
Here's a 2-on-1 situation. It's Smolinski.
What a
save. Great save by Henke.
Boy, I'll tell you, this Henke has made some outstanding saves in this period.
2-on-1 play.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
He's back now. Surtuk takes the shot.
Good hard
save by
shot.
goaltender Hill. Good shot as they're starting to go from end to end with 1.5 minutes left in the hockey match. Covering up now the Blues. In center is Rick Mullins. Mullins backhands it deep into the corner. Back there for it now is goaltender Henke, who leaves it. Wiesenthal across ice to Scott Schindler. Schindler long to center ice. That goes the length of the ice. The icing is waved off. Keep this play going. We are coming down to the final minute of play in the 3rd period of play. Into the corner it goes. Now the white team will try to keep it in, but covering up the Blues. They get it to center ice, but back on it is Klim. Klim spins away from the check, gets it long to center to Mullins. That failed to work. And covering up is Shelp. He puts it across ice now to Stewart. Stewart into center ice it goes. Up on the wing, breaking over the line, closing in is Merritt. Merritt heads for the corner, trying to put it in front. He is too well covered on the play, and Klim will take over. He slides it across to Hartnett. Hartnett up on left wing to Klim. Klim to center ice. Klim getting over the line, stopping inside the line was Mullins. But we're going to get a stoppage of play with 22 seconds. We're going to watch that good save by goaltender Terry Henke on that last exchange. Watch this save.
Here he's breaking down. He's coming over the blue line. It's a look at that.
Great play.
Just slides
Smolinski
across.
was just robbed.
Yeah. It's an excellent play all around.
Well, Ross, we've got 22 seconds left in the 3rd period of play. 3-3 the score. Face-off outside the line. On the face-off, it's driven back into the white zone. Anders Nansen is on it now with 15 seconds left in the hockey match. Nansen trying to bring it out. He's thought it hits Cam Stewart. He shoots. He's fouled it wide from point-blank range. After the loose puck, and the Whites will start it out with 5 seconds. Kurt Maltby trying to feed long. It goes to Varga, but he was too well covered, and the game is over. A 3-3 score.
Well, I wonder if they're going to play overtime. Nobody's moving from the bench.
Good question. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't see too many fans getting up and moving, but no, they're going to have overtime, I think.
Well, there's Jack Miniker down at the penalty box, the convener, and
let's see. He's waving his head.
Yeah, he's saying it's a. I think he's saying it's a 3-3 tie.
Let's go home from here because it's been a great hockey game.
Well, there's Don Ori along with
Ray Alviano.
Ray Alviano from the Record. Well, Scott, I'd have to say that it was a most entertaining hockey game, and ending in a tie is a good way to end it. Both teams played well. Both teams had their moments, their ups and downs. Goaltending, I thought, was exceptional at both ends. I thought especially that Terry Henke from Guelph played outstanding in the third period, as he had the harder chances.
Well, we're going to have the presentation out here at center ice at the end of this game, ending up in a 3-3 tie. And Mike Kapanen had 2 goals for the Blues. The other goal went to Rick Mullins. Dave Woolridge, Brent Gretzky, and Ryan Merritt scored the others. An outstanding display of Midwestern Ontario Junior B hockey here at the Auditorium Complex. A very good crowd in attendance for this game. The officials didn't have a lot of work to do today because both teams really stuck to the fundamentals of this game, Ross.
Yes, there was only one penalty called in the whole game. Looks like.
This is Mr. and Mrs. Frank Santa Rosa. Excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Santa Rosa. In memory of Frank Santa Rosa, this is the Frank Santa Rosa trophy. And it is Dean DeSilva and Dean Derrigan are receiving the trophy. There's Mr. and Mrs. Santa Rosa. And a very good round of applause here at the Auditorium Complex for this award. And that's pretty good, I'll tell you.
Well, this concludes the game, Scott. We'll be back on the air next week with Kitchener Dutchman playing Waterloo, so we'll look forward to seeing you.
We are so going to look forward to that. And we're going to wrap this thing up from the Kinsman Arena. The final score, the White Stars 3, the Blue Stars 3. This is Scott Fisher on behalf of Ross McLean and our sponsors. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast tonight. We wish you a pleasant good evening from the Auditorium Complex.